Um, okay, I'm here again. Okay, this afternoon, good afternoon. My name is Yinka Adeshola, your usual agric enthusiast and organic trainer. This afternoon, I'll be speaking briefly on what we call how do you grow your onion commercially. You can grow your onion for the house, as in for your house consumption, and you can grow the house when you want to go to the market. I've been shouting on my timeline, on my Facebook timeline. I think I'll still be doing some practical videos on the farm when I move to the farm. That will be showing you how to grow onions. I will upload the videos of how to grow onions and all this other stuff. So, but today I will just be showing you now, what happened is that when you want to grow onions commercially, you really need to consider even for the one you will use in the house, you really need to consider the soil. You see, most of us don't care, we don't bother about the soil. It's like soil is like a building foundation, your house foundation. If you want to build a house, you need to build a strong foundation. For instance, if you want to build a bungalow, the kind of foundation you build for a bungalow is quite different from the kind of foundation you build for a story building, a double one or a triple one or a quadruple one. So it means the foundation determine how your plant will come out very well. So your soil is your plant foundation. And if you don't build a good foundation, you find out the house will collapse later. You find out, the engineering people they know that the house eventually collapse or something happen or whatever. But if you have a good foundation for your soil, if you have a good foundation, you find out when you have a good foundation, you find out it's built solid. Your house will be very solid. The same thing with crop. When you have your foundation is solid, when your foundation is basic, then you have a good crop harvest. Now we're discussing onion, as in how to grow onions commercially. Now the first thing to consider is your soil. Onions require a loose soil. When we say loose soil, you see there are three types of soil. We have the sand, we have the clay, and we have the loamy mixture of sand and clay. Now, when we're talking of the sandy soil, those normal stony, whatever soil, they cannot hold much water. Pour water in them, the water drain away immediately. But when you're talking of the clay soil, it holds too much water. Pour water in a clay soil, it will not move out. It stays there. It's not good for your plant. The same thing with loose soil. They lose water immediately. It's not good for your plant. But when you have a mixture of the two, the clay mixture of the clayey and the sandy soil, it becomes what we call loamy soil. The stony supports the reduce the tension in the clay, and then it gives you a loose sandy. We call this loamy soil, and those are the soil that are good for your plant. Then when you have this soil, having the soil enough is not good for your crop. The crop will feed on something. The soil is to hold the roots, but the plant needs to feed on something. Something will build. It's like a small baby. If you have a baby, you are giving the baby water. The baby cannot survive only on water. So your plant cannot survive only on water. So your soil needs nutrients for the soil to also survive. So when you have that in mind, you know what to prepare the soil. So you know that once you want to plant your onion, your soil must be rich in like you saw nitrogen, potassium, phosphorus, and some other trace elements like magnesium, molybdenum, and all this stuff. Your soil needs to be rich. So first thing you build your soil. How do you build the soil? Now, if you have a clay soil, you know you have to go and look for manure, go and look for poultry manure, go and look for cattle manure, mix it with this clay soil. You'll find out that the soil will loosen up. It will not be so compacted like the way it used to be before. It will loosen up completely. So when it's loosened up, the roots of the plant can pass through it. But when the soil is not loosened up, the roots of the plant cannot pass through it, and it's like you're just throwing away your seed or you are wasting. So your soil is essential. Your soil is very, very important. Now, when you are able to build a good soil, then you can think of looking for a good variety of seed. You see, there's something with onion. Onion has, there's this, it took a lot of time before people know onion can grow everywhere in Nigeria, and onion can grow through all year round and can grow through season. I have a book with me. I think I got it from Technisem, like Agrotropic Partners. So in the book, they have the specific variety of onion seed that will survive at different temperatures. As in, they have the onion you can plant in January. They have the onion you can plant in February, March. So if you plant the onion that is meant for January and you plant it in May, you will not get results. Ask me, it's my experience. Yes, like I told you, I'm always. It's not that I intentionally experiment on this. I wanted to plant for the market. I got Aries. There's an onion breed called Harris. I got the onions from Agritropic and I planted. And I planted just like normal training. I use it for demonstration. And it did very well to the extent that a bulb, one onion was measuring 250 grams. It means you have 4 onions for your 1 kg. I was so excited with the onions that I went to get more seed, the same variety, and I planted it. The onion fruit, yes, it's germinated, it's fruit, but the result it gave me the second time was not good. It was then I started doing my research, and when I asked, I was told, oh, the first one you planted at the right season, the second one you did not plant at the right season. That is why you are not getting the good result. So I have the book with me, and on the book they have a list of the onions you can plant for different seasons. And that's why if you notice in the north, the people that plant onions in the north, the specific onion they have, the seeds they have, can only be planted in September, October, November, and that is the season when they plant their onion. That's why they don't dare plant their onion in all that period of the month. Now you understand the gist. So onions choose season, onion choose weather, onion choose their temperature control. There's some onion that survive in a good temperatures. There's some onion and there's some onion that survive in a hot temperature. Hot temperature, if you check your phone, some of you that have temperature reading on your phone, I do have it on my phone, it will tell you the degree of your area at every time. So with that, okay, this is not a good time for me to plant this onion variety. This is, so you have to learn that, or you have to move close to a farmer, or you have to understand that before you plant your onion. So that is seed selection. You have to know the exact seed to plant. But to be candid, for people that are interested in planting onion, for people that are interested in planting for December, December price is always on the high side, and you want to plant onion towards December period. This is the time to start. I'll tell you the timetable right now. If you are watching me, if you're joining me here, the timetable right now is that, okay, we are in April now, so you should plant your onion in May. If you plant your onion in May, onion is 4 months, so you have May. If we use 1 month in the nursery, that is May. You transplant in June, so June, July, August. So your onion should be matured by August, September. If your onion is matured by August, September, the rain will be rounding up then, because you still need to leave the onion on the field to dry. So if your onion is maturing August, September, so you leave it on the farm October, November to dry, and then you can meet October, or you can meet in November. You leave it September, October, and then you can meet the November, December market. So for anyone that want to experiment or that want to plant the onion for the market, you should start preparing now. You should start preparing your space, you should start preparing your soil, and you should start getting ready your seed variety that you want to use. Get the right variety for the onion. So this is the time to start preparing if you are really targeting the market. And like everybody knows, last year onion was not a laughing stock. We were buying for 80,000, 85,000 per 100 kg bag of onion. Yes, the same onion that is currently going for like 6,000, 5,000, 7,000. By December, the price will be beyond everybody's price. So you should target that now. The other thing to consider is our nursery making. I'll be stopping on nursery making here, so that by the next class, nice video I'll be doing, and I'll be putting that nursery making. You need to prepare a good nursery bed. In some instances, by the next video, I'll be explaining my nursery bed. I'll be explaining how you can do a good nursery bed for your onions and for some other vegetables. Whatever nursery bed we prepare here is what we'll be using, what we use for other vegetables too. And they will help you to be able to do pepper, eggplant, tomatoes, and everything. So watch out for when we do how to raise a good nursery bed. You are welcome.